In the shadows of the Serengeti, where the earth sings to the sky, and the winds carry the whispers of ancestors, a forbidden love is born. The Maasai people live by honor and tradition, yet the heart, untamed and wild, cannot always be ruled. Opens with an aerial view of the Serengeti at dawn. The vast plains stretch endlessly, teeming with wildlife and bathed in golden light. We see Zuri, dressed in a vibrant red Maasai shuka cloth, adorned with intricate beaded necklaces and bracelets, standing on a high hill, gazing across the plains. She is beautiful and strong, her posture commanding respect. As Zuri watches the animals move across the land, we hear her internal conflict. Her heart longs for freedom, but duty to her family calls her back to the village. She knows her life is already mapped out. Soon she will marry Kofi, the strongest warrior in the tribe, as part of a political alliance. Bashir enters the scene, hunting alone. Dressed in simple warrior gear, his leather sandals and spear gleam as he expertly tracks prey. Zuri and Bashir's eyes meet for a fleeting moment, an undeniable connection forming in that instant. Despite their vastly different social standings, their bond grows deeper with every stolen moment, every quiet conversation shared on the plains. In the silent shadows of the Serengeti, their love grew like a fire in the night, fierce, untamable, and yet destined to burn. Zuri's heart beat for Bashir, but her duty, her father's command, bound her to Kofi. Zuri and Bashir secretly meet in the wilds of the Serengeti, sharing their hopes and dreams under the ancient baobab tree, their love growing despite the risk. Meanwhile, Kofi, Zuri's arranged fiancé, grows increasingly suspicious. His jealousy of Bashir grows as he sees the tension between them. His pride and ambition, stoked by his father's expectations, cause him to escalate his pursuit of Zuri, believing that no one, not even love, can stand in the way of his destiny. The laws of the tribe are clear, and to break them is to break the spirit of the Maasai. Yet love cannot be bound by rules, and Zuri and Bashir must decide, stay true to their love, or forsake it for duty. The tribe prepares for the Engelen ceremony, a ritual where warriors demonstrate their strength and skill in battle, after which Zuri's marriage to Kofi will be sealed. Bashir, unable to watch Zuri marry a man he knows she does not love, decides to challenge Kofi in the ceremony. The Engelen is a brutal contest of strength, where the two warriors must fight to prove their superiority. The Engelen is a brutal contest of strength, where the two warriors must fight to prove their superiority. Zuri, watching the battle unfold, knows that one of them may not survive. Zuri, watching the battle unfold, knows that one of them may not survive. The entire tribe gathers, surrounded by the vastness of the Serengeti, under a brilliant sky. The air is thick with anticipation as the two men prepare for the fight. In the heat of the fight, betrayal strikes. The shadows of jealousy cast a long and dark veil over their love. In the battle for honor, who will pay the ultimate price? As Bashir and Kofi clash, Elder Chuma, Zuri's father, confronts Zuri. He demands that she choose her future, Kofi, the man who will solidify their tribe's power, or Bashir, the man who will break with tradition and jeopardize everything. In a moment of desperation, Kofi reveals a secret to Zuri: he has been in league with rival tribes, conspiring to weaken the Maasai in his pursuit of greater power. His love for her has always been a mask for his ambition. Furious and heartbroken, Zuri realizes that the man she is set to marry is not who he seems. In the final battle for love, Zuri will stand in the shadow of the Serengeti and decide, will tradition die with the last breath of the old world, or will love rise again like the sun? As the village descends into chaos, Zuri makes a bold choice. She runs to Bashir, who is gravely injured but alive. Together, they escape to the edge of the Serengeti, where they find refuge in a hidden valley. Zuri stands with Bashir, watching the vast, untamed beauty of the land, knowing they have broken the tribe's laws but chosen love above all. In a final act of bravery, Zuri's father, Elder Chuma, follows them into the wilderness. As he confronts Zuri, he is moved by her courage and the strength of her love for Bashir. In a moment of true understanding, he forgives her, allowing her to choose her own path. And so, under the African sun, love triumphed. The Serengeti whispered its approval, as the winds of change carried a new spirit to the Maasai people. Zuri and Bashir, free to live their truth, became a symbol of what it means to follow one's heart, no matter the cost. The final scene shows Zuri and Bashir standing hand in hand at the edge of the Serengeti, the endless sky before them. The camera pulls back, revealing the full majesty of the land, as the sun sets behind them, symbolizing a new beginning. The Maasai tribe, slowly embracing change, moves forward, shaped by the courage and love of its young warriors. A beautiful Maasai woman, Zuri, stands on a hill overlooking the Serengeti at dawn. She wears a traditional red Maasai shuka, adorned with colorful beaded necklaces and earrings. The sun rises behind her, casting a golden glow over the plains. The vast savanna stretches out, dotted with acacia trees, and wild animals can be seen in the distance. The sky is vast and expansive, reflecting the open freedom Zuri longs for. A dramatic scene in the Serengeti, where two Maasai warriors, Kofi and Bashir, are locked in combat during the England ceremony. The warriors wear traditional warrior gear. Spears, shields, and red shuka, adorned with cowhide. The entire tribe gathers in the background, watching the intense fight. The horizon is golden as the sun begins to set, and the environment is filled with tension. The dust of battle swirls in the air. Kofi, a tall, muscular Maasai man, stands in front of Zuri, who is shocked and heartbroken. He is dressed in a warrior's tunic, with a dark look on his face as he reveals his secret alliance with rival tribes. Zuri, wearing her red shuka, has tears in her eyes, standing in the vast open plain under a dramatic sunset sky. Zuri stood at the crossroads of tradition and desire, her heart torn between what was expected and what was true. The world she had known was a chain around her neck, yet her soul yearned to break free. As Zuri reflects on her life, there is a series of flashbacks that show her upbringing. Elder Chuma, her father, taught her the ways of the Maasai people. The ancient rituals, the respect for the land, and the importance of family and tribe. The flashbacks are bathed in warm, sepia-toned light, emphasizing Zuri's connection to her heritage. Yet, as she looks across the open plains, she begins to feel trapped. The camera zooms in on her face, highlighting her conflict. She knows that marrying Kofi would bring prosperity and power to her tribe, but Bashir is the man who makes her feel alive, free, and seen. The Maasai are a people of honor, and a man without a tribe is a man without a future. But Bashir had always known that freedom was worth more than any title, and no chain could bind his heart. We see Bashir in a quiet moment by a stream, sharpening his spear. His hands are strong, but there is a sadness in his eyes. He knows that his love for Zuri will lead to his exile, and yet he refuses to give her up. Bashir has spent his life questioning the harshness of the tribal laws, seeing them as an obstacle to true freedom. There's a moment where he recalls a conversation with his mother, who had always warned him not to fall for the beauty of the high-born Zuri, for it would bring only trouble. But love is not something easily ignored, and for Bashir, the pain of unrequited love is a heavy burden. Zuri's love for Bashir may have been true, but the price for defying the tribe was a steep one. To break from tradition would cost them more than they ever imagined: family, honor, and the very soul of the Maasai people. As the England ceremony begins, Elder Chuma gathers the tribe around the sacred fire. The drumbeats echo through the night, reverberating across the plains. The air is thick with anticipation as the warriors prepare to prove their strength. During the ceremony, Zuri is forced to make a decision. Elder Chuma confronts her, urging her to follow through with the marriage to Kofi. He says, "A woman of your bloodline must honor the family's name. You are not just a woman, you are the future of this tribe." Zuri hesitates, torn between her love for Bashir and the duty to her tribe. The music swells, and the tension builds. She looks towards Bashir, standing tall but distant on the edges of the crowd, his gaze never leaving her. A single tear falls from her eye as she turns away.